Hi everyone, I'm Todd Scott. I'm the Vice President of Risk Management at Minnesota Lawyers Mutual Insurance Company, and the 10-minute tutor segment that I'm doing today is about basic law office technology. We've been talking to lawyers for a long time about basic law office technology. There's a direct connection between having good technology and having a low risk for malpractice. And so, since we've seen so many things happen in malpractice claims that involve a lawyer working on something that fell through the cracks, we've spent a long time, talking to lawyers and preaching about the best systems to make sure those things don't happen. 28% of malpractice claims happen because of administrative error. So those are the ones we're trying to protect. I'm going to talk about the basic law office technology systems that happen or that we recommend for law office, and then I'm going to talk about some peripheral systems that we also recommend that you consider. So let's get started. There are 4 core systems that every law firm should consider having for their law firm setup. The most basic one is one that I'm sure you've already worked with and heard of. It's word processing. Word processing was the original technology system for all law firms. After all, it was the first one that meant you didn't have to retype the wheel every time. The only question when you decided on word processor was whether you got Microsoft Word or WordPerfect by Corel. WordPerfect has kind of gone by the wayside now. It's not because it was a bad program. It's just that the Microsoft product has kind of taken over everything. So, and the Microsoft product has finally gotten as good as the way WordPerfect used to be. So for most people, that's really not much of a decision. In a little bit, I'll talk about some things you might want to add to that program to make it work a little bit better for your law firm. The other 3 core systems are the ones that I spend the most time talking to lawyers about. The most important one is case management software. And the reason why I say it's the most important is that's the one that becomes the electronic equivalent of both your files and also your calendar within the law firm. It's, in terms of the files, it can really become a database that holds all your most important client information. What I mean by that is it's like an electronic version of your files on the screen. And so that way it can keep track of everything that you would need for your files, like all your basic client information, their phone number, their mobile phone number, their children's names, their social security numbers, their county of residence, all the things that you keep track of for your law firm files, whatever it is that you do. You put all of that in the database in the case management system. The other major thing that it does is that calendaring system I was talking about. And it goes way beyond what you get for like Microsoft Outlook in terms of calendaring. Microsoft Outlook is a good calendaring program, but it's made for the business world. And so it doesn't understand that you might have hundreds of deadlines just related to a single matter. And so the people that make case management systems, they make them just for lawyers. And they know that each one of your files has its own timeline and many things that can trip you up. And that's the reason why an insurer like us really likes those programs, because it has multiple ways to remind you that something is due with the court. And if you forget or you don't get around to doing it, it'll start to remind all the other people that are in the law office with you, if that's the way you've set it up. A couple of the programs that are the most popular for small or mid-sized law firms are listed on the screen there. Amicus and Time Matters are sort of like the Toyota and Honda of this world. They're tried and true, and they're very, very good programs. If you just want to cut to the chase, try both of those, see what you think. They both do the same thing, but they look very different on the screen. See what you think. And then there's other ones that are out there. Practice Master and ProLaw are good examples. But try those out and see what you think. Most of these products have demo versions that you can download from their website. The other 2 core systems are time and billing and accounting systems. They sound the same, but they're really not. They're both about money, but they do completely different functions. And they're treated categorically separately because time and billing systems can be available in certain products, and accounting systems can be available in other products. You can get systems that will do both, but for now we'll just talk about each one. Let's go to accounting first. You'll see the ones that are listed on the screen there are ones that you've probably heard of. Quicken, QuickBooks, QuickBooks Pro. They're just examples of small home finance programs, or even ones that will work for small businesses. I don't usually recommend a home finance program to help you keep track of your accounting, but if you're a solo practitioner with no employees and you don't do your own taxes, you don't have payroll, things like that, a program like Quicken will do just great for keeping track of your finances. Mostly what you're going to want to go to is a small business program like like QuickBooks or QuickBooks Pro. They're all around the $200 price range, and they do very well. The time and billing program, QuickBooks will have an invoicing program that will work for time and billing. But a lot of times people like to take a step up to give more features that are available. So check out what's available in a program called Time Slips. That's a good example of one that stands in the category all by itself. Time and billing will also help you organize your time and put it in an invoicing format that works very well. If you're doing your invoices just in your word processor, you might want to really check out a program like Time Slips. Those are the core systems, the 4 core systems that I talk to firms about. You might not need to have all of them. For example, you might not need an invoicing program if you do a lot of contingency work. But for the most part, you're going to want to look into each one of these and make sure that you've got something that will work very well to help you organize your practice. Now on the screen, I've got the peripheral systems that I mentioned earlier. There's just a handful I want to point out. If you are a litigator, case management is not just for litigators. It's for anybody that has lots of matters. But litigators have their own products that help them organize things that they're going to want for trial. They're listed on the screen. It's just for people that are going to trial and they've got a lot of documents, depositions, things like that that they want to have organized. So check those out. Offshoots of the word processing category include document imaging, document assembly, and document management. Document imaging are tools that help you scan and save your documents so that you can have things in a paperless format. More and more lawyers are going towards that for their systems, and they work very well. Document assembly are just template programs that help you take your forms that you already have and make them so you can easily reproduce them. Document management I don't usually recommend for small firm lawyers because it's those programs that help you organize how you keep many, many, many documents within a firm. And so typically larger firms will use those, but small firms will use the directories within their Windows operating system in order to help locate where their forms are. I said that there was accounting systems that would do both accounting and time and billing, and I've got a couple listed up on the screen there. Full integration accounting is the category that does that. Check out tabs 3 or PC Law. They kind of do both. They cost a little bit more, but obviously you're getting more for your money. So check those out, and they do just the same, and they're made just for lawyers and law firms. That's kind of a quick overview of the world of law office software. Obviously, there's a lot more to say about each of these, so check out for more 10-minute tutors on these technology topics, and we'll be glad to help you further with the development of your law practice. Thank you.